I've just watched this video of Bad Bunny during his NFL halftime performance show, and it looks so dead. It looks different to what we saw on social media from all the big TV networks and media. Did they set him up? Or did the people literally don't know who he was? Because, man, that is crazy, man. Yeah, it looks like they were performing outside of the arena or something. Because look at the crowd. Crazy.
This is the audience's response to Bad Bunny's performance at the Super Bowl. When you do an entire show in Spanish, don't expect the American people to react much to it. And as you can see in the video, only a couple of people were even dancing or reacting to this in any way. But the polls are in. Americans favored Kid Rock over Bad Bunny, without question.
So my problem with the Bad Bunny halftime show has nothing to do with the language barrier, has nothing to do with the culture, and it had everything to do with men dancing on each other and lust promoted. It was scaled back from the halftime shows of the fellow years. Scaled back still doesn't mean good. And you want to know something that irritates me so bad? It irritates my very soul. It's that so many people that say that they're Christians, they were promoting this halftime show, right? But then you have Turning Point USA. They do a halftime show. When they do the halftime show, Kid Rock gets up there and then he tells people to go read their Bible. He tells people to give their life to Jesus, tells people that he died for him on the cross. And that has people that's supposed to be Christians been out of shape.
We all saw the Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime show performance. And I have no issue with a group of people being proud of their culture. I have no issue with a group of people wishing to share their unique experience, their unique cultural experience with the rest of the world and being proud of that experience. But we have to be honest here. You cannot scream about how you are an American. You cannot scream about how Bad Bunny was born here and then turn around and participate in really a form of cronyism, a form of dishonesty, a form of, dare I say it, racism, by attempting to minimize the cultural contributions of others to magnify, or in an attempt to magnify, whatever it is you're doing. And that is exactly what I feel the Hispanic community is doing with the Bad Bunny Super Bowl halftime show situation. Let's get this out the way. Your performance, Mr. Bunny, is not the greatest Super Bowl halftime performance of all time. That is, without a doubt, there is no debate, that is Michael Jackson. You are about a 4 or a 3 out of 10 when it comes to all-time Super Bowl halftime show performances. And the worst part about it is you and the people who are members of your culture, the Boricuas, they know it too. So what we're not going to do is we're not going to try to minimize the contribution of African Americans, right, who hold the #1 spot in all-time Super Bowl halftime show performances in an attempt to magnify Hispanic or Latino culture. We're not doing that. As far as the halftime show goes, listen, the guy was on a box. the guy was surrounded by trees that for some reason jumped up and started moving, right? The trees were moving, they had feet, they had legs, they were walking. I don't know if those were corn stalks or what. I saw some Hispanic people on stage gyrating, shaking their hips. I saw two guys grinding on each other next to a pickup truck. And then I saw a wedding and really didn't understand what the hell was going on. And I didn't understand what was going on, not just because he was speaking Spanish the whole time, and I really don't understand Spanish, but he mostly was just saying, hey, 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 hey. And he's not really that incredible of a dancer, so the whole dance choreography with the a. Come on, Bad Bunny. This is the Super Bowl. We want to be moved. We want to be inspired. We don't want to just say, hey, there's a guy speaking Spanish, and that's one for the Spanish community. We want to see something that kind of moves us, like when Michael Jackson did the whole, like, We Are the World Super Bowl performance. He's in one corner of the stadium, shoots up out of the screen, and it's him. Then he's in another corner of the stadium on the screen, shoots up out of the screen, and it's him. And then he comes to the middle of the stadium and somehow shoots up out of the stage, and it's him. And he stands there for like 2 minutes without moving, and everyone's blown away. And then he just goes into his dance routine and brings all the kids on the field, has the audience involved, flipping little cards that make the image of a bunch of children holding the hands, bringing together everyone and spreading a message of love and unity. Now, Mr. Bunny, you were someone who was attempting to spread this message of unity, but Michael did it better than you. And honestly, I kind of thought you might have been a little drunk because it sounds like you slurred a lot of words. And I don't really understand how you bring people together with unity when most of those people don't even understand what you're saying. I understand what they were trying to do, but I think they seriously missed the mark. Now, here's the thing with me. If you're going to be American, you have to, well, if you are an American, because they're Americans, you're going to have to start being honest when it comes to where you fall in the hierarchy or list of the greatest Super Bowl performances of all time. When you simply say, oh, this is the best of all time just because someone who is culturally or ethnically closer to me did it, well, you pretty much disqualify yourself from the conversation. I'll give you an example. Stephen Curry is better than J.J. Barea. They both played point guard in the NBA, but it's no comparison. Stephen Curry is way freaking better without a shadow of the doubt. Now, let's switch that around. George Washington is a better president than Barack Obama. Why? Because George Washington put more on the line to become the president of the United States, risked his life, fought against what many thought was a superior militaristic force, and prevailed. Barack Obama is not crossing the Delaware in the winter. Barack Obama is not enduring the bitter cold outside in tents, people getting frostbite, soldiers deserting left and right, and basically risking life and limb, surviving assassination attempts and all that just to create this country. I don't care if Barack Obama is black like me. I don't care if ethnically me and Barack Obama are closer to each other than me and George Washington. George Washington, despite his color, despite where he comes from, he is a hands down, head and shoulders above better president than Barack Obama. And when you're weighing things honestly, you can admit that and it doesn't take away from you because George Washington is just as much a part of the American experience for me as a black man as he is for a white man. And Barack Obama is just as much a part of the American experience as he is for me for a white guy, or for a white guy that he is for a black guy. It's just called being honest about within your critique and your praise of something that anybody is doing. And I'm sorry, but I just don't feel like the Hispanic community is doing that. I feel like Bad Bunny is the best in their mind because Bad Bunny speaks Spanish like them, because Bad Bunny ethnically is close to them. And what it does is it really waters down the American entertainment experience. It really waters down the ability for us to unify, because no one is going to accept you minimizing what they've contributed in an effort to magnify what you've contributed, especially when the comparisons are so ridiculous it doesn't make any sense. Where's Bad Bunny on the all-time 10 greatest Super Bowl performances? Well, let's be honest, guys, he's really not on it, okay? Because when I think back, I'm thinking about stage presence, I'm thinking about set design, stage design, all these things. And I have to say MJ, Michael Jackson, Prince, Katy Perry, Rihanna, Usher, and then I would go with like Kendrick Lamar, then like Janet Jackson. I'm not just saying these people are the best because they're African Americans. I'll even throw, I believe that Rolling Stones was in there. I believe that, I want to say Aerosmith was in there, but I got to go back. But what I'm saying is when it comes to the top 5 or even 10 of the greatest Super Bowl performances ever, you're going to have to give some homage, pay homage, give credit where credit is due, and accept where you fall on that list, and just do better the next time. But they made it seem like this was the first Latino artist that performed at the Super Bowl. But I do believe Shakira performed at the Super Bowl. So I don't know if this was based on whether or not the person actually spoke English or not. But yeah, so, and then putting our American flag in an inferior position to any other flag from any other country, I don't care if it's Latin or Latino or whatever. I don't care if you're from there ethnically. I'm not putting the African or Kenyan flag in front of the American flag because nationalistically speaking, I am an American. That's what I am. That's where my citizenship rests. And that's the country that's going to go to bat for me should shit hit the fan. That's who you should be promoting. Because believe me, Bad Bunny, for one, you're a Puerto Rican. So being a Puerto Rican, bro, you're American, period. So ain't no South American country coming to your aid if something goes down. That would be the job of the American government. If you joined an army, it would be the United States Army. I don't like this. I don't like this idea that in the name of instant gratification, we just throwing anything out and saying, oh, that's the best ever because people who look like me did it. I absolutely freaking can't stand that. And I have no problem with people coming for the title. But if you're going to come for the title, come for the title. I can't get up in front of people and say Tank Davis is a better boxer than Julio Cesar Chavez, the older one, the senior. I can't say that. I don't care if he is Hispanic and Tank Davis is African American. He's simply not as accomplished as Julio Cesar Chavez. He's not as accomplished as Oscar De La Hoya. He's not, in my opinion, a better boxer than Juan Manuel Marquez right now. Maybe going forward. So I'm not gonna just take his side because he looks like me or he's black or African American like me. So to be American, to really be a part of contributing to America, you just got to be honest in your critiques, your assessments, and everything like that. Bro, you got people coming out the woodworks dissing this dude Bad Bunny, and we all know why they're doing it. We all know why they're saying what they're saying about his performance. People will blame racism. People will blame jealousy. But honestly, bro, just basically, he tooted his horn a little too loud for what he did. And he could come back and do better next time. But, bro, we not even going to start. We're not even going to play these type of games, bro. Like, I think Mace gave bro a 4 out of 10 or something like that. Breezy was like, it's clear. Y'all needed me. Trump was like, yo, that was the worst Super Bowl performance, halftime performance in the history. So, yeah, bro, like, even if you were remotely on that level, people wouldn't have came for you the way they did. But I'm going to ask my Hispanic people in the United States, be honest. Stop looking at it like, we up right now, because we up is a product of you doing your best. That wasn't the best you had to offer, dude. Honestly, y'all should have like Ricky Martin or something get up there. I don't know what the hell Bad Bunny was on. I don't know what he was doing. I don't know if he was drunk or what. But the moment was so big, he could have did better. And you all know it. Oh, we're going to do the theme of migrant farm workers. Dude, what the hell? There's a lot of things Hispanics do. A lot of cultural contributions that Hispanic people have made to America. And that's the best you could do? Some farm workers? Like, come on, bro. Keep it real. But basically, that's all I have to say about that. Let me know what you all think in the comments. Do you think my criticism of Bad Bunny is too harsh? Do you think that I'm being a little bit too rough on the guy? Or do you think it's legitimate and coming from the right place? Until then, thank you for everything you do for me in this channel. Till the next time, take care of yourselves. But most importantly, please take care of each other. Peace.